everyone, my name is Isabel and welcome back to my personal finance channel, Your Friendly Budgetarian. So for everyone who is new here in my channel, hello friends, I have been creating videos about personal finance as well as documenting my path towards financial freedom, and I'm starting that off by paying 6 figures worth of student loans. So if you guys are interested, please click the subscribe button down below. Alright everyone, so this is the overview for my May budget, and so without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so May income is not bad at all. In fact, I was able to accumulate some overtime shifts, so that's why there's a little bit of excess with regards to my usual paycheck. So for my first paycheck, I still have the average $3,334.08. For my second one is when I had accumulated the overtime shifts. So a total would is $3,809.58. What happened with regards to my overtime pay, I put it mostly into my student loans. And then for my pre-tax contributions, I give about $350 per paycheck. So it's a total of $700. And then for my side hustles, I don't have anything. I didn't sell anything at all for the month of May. And then for my checkings rollover, I started with $206.87. That's why a part of this total income that I had, I have to allocate some of it so that I can complete the $500 buffer amount in my checkings account. So overall, I have about $8,050.53 to work with for my May budget. All right, so for my fixed and monthly expenses, the first one that I have is the mortgage. So this one is just an additional principal payment, so it's still $61.98. For our electricity and gas, so as I have kind of explained in my June budget, is that there were some complications from that flexible payment program from our local electric company. So I just changed it now. Instead of paying an equal $110 every month, I just changed it to whatever the actual amount due for our electricity and gas. So now I've kind of like been back paying from like the previous months. So it's $221.14 for the month of May. But hopefully this will be lower for the next coming months, especially that we don't usually, because we don't have an overall like AC. We only have the swamp cooler, and our swamp cooler uses water to cool down the house. So hopefully it will be lower for the next couple of months. For the internet, it's still $65. Waste and sewage system for the month of May, because we usually pay for those every quarter, and since May is not the start of the second quarter, so that's why it's still $0. For subscriptions, it's $10.98. Phone is still $0, and then water, surprisingly, it's still $39.59, but it's probably because at the time during the month of May, our sprinklers still have not been fixed yet. Right now, it's already been fixed, so there's definitely going to be more water coming out, or going to be used out, I mean. So that's why for now it's on a low ball of $39.59. So all in all, our total for our fixed monthly expenses, even though technically everything has been low, it's just the difference with our electricity and gas. Again, I'm not gonna tell the whole story about it. It's just too complicated. But the total is $398.69. All right. So for the variable expenses, oh gosh, this is like the most, I am not definitely proud of this, but it is what it is. I thought we were going great, but as you can see, a lot of reds, and the ones that are reds are like really a lot of difference from what I have planned. So first things first, for the grocery, I have spent about almost $1,000 for this month. I mean, it's not necessarily because like we're overeating or whatnot, but it's really mostly because there's just there were a lot of friends and hangouts at home, and then cookouts at home. We didn't necessarily go out to eat except for when I had my anniversary with my fiance. But all of these are basically from, we love to do hot pots when someone visits, and yeah, that, I mean, the meats alone are very expensive. Obviously with the beef, it has gone up. So yeah, it's $993.97. But even then, this is definitely our guilty pleasure, like my fiance and I. So we don't necessarily spend a lot of money into like items or stuff. Like we don't have these like brand, I guess you know the usual like brand new cars or like branded items, branded bags or whatnot. But food is definitely like our top spending category. So yeah, and also it kind of includes as well like the dog food and stuff. So we buy our dog food at Costco. We buy like one like, you know, that one bag of dog food plus the chicken and the rice, because we mix the kibbles into the chicken and rice. So that's why. Housing is, we went to TJ Maxx and spent about $115.74 for the like organizers and whatnot, and also some items for our upcoming trip. So that's why. Next is personal. Oh my gosh. This one I also was bad for me for this month. So I technically these are for the incoming months, because again we're going to have a trip soon in July. So I bought some swimwears, which I have not updated, you know, my swimwear clothing. I mean, not that I like swimming every summer anyways to begin with, because I don't know how to swim. Fun fact. But I might as well. So again, it is also my fault. And then I also bought some books, but I bought them, there's some in Target, and then there's also some in Savers. So I vowed, and I pledged, not donated, just kidding. I pledged to not buy any more books for the month of June. So I am telling you guys this right now so that I am held accountable for my decision if I end up buying more books for the month of June. But we'll see, hopefully not. But yeah, unfortunately I spent about an extra $200 for my personal spendings. So it's $305.31. Next is $0 for medical or health. Transportation, this is kind of funny, $49.49 for my gas. Luckily, I fill up my tank like once every 2 months. So technically, if you average the $50, I spend about $25 a month for gas. And the reason why is because I live very close to my work. And sometimes when always when my fiance and I goes out to eat or whatnot, he's always the one driving his car. So we have 2 cars, one for each. So that's why. Eating out, not too bad, $120.70. Probably the most who spent, again, as per usual, is my fiance. He was the one who did spend for our anniversary dinner date. It was not too expensive as I thought it would be, but I would still say it's about pricey. For our pets, $0. Donations, unfortunately, I was only to give out half of what I have allocated, so it's $100. For a gift, we didn't really give each other a gift for, like with my fiance and I for anniversary, because I was thinking of allocating this budget to give as a gift, or like for our eat out date night. But it ended up that he was the one who paid for it. And then as for like our activity actually was even more fun, even though we did it free. We basically went around because it was kind of a marina, and then we just scootered, if it's even a term, scootered around, or rode a scooter around the marina, which was definitely fun. It was nice seeing the sunset and everything. Family giving, I spent about $300 for my family. And then miscellaneous, I paid about $18, and this is for a total of the parking when we went to South Lake Tahoe on Memorial Day. It was so much fun. It was definitely worth it. And lucky for us, we only live like about an hour and a half from Tahoe, so it was really fun. It was like, honestly, it's probably my first time like going out there in the South Tahoe and just, being tourist and all that stuff. So even then, it was really, I know it was about almost $700 over budget, but that $700 still was worth it. And some of that money even is like for future use, so that technically for the month of July, I don't need to spend as much. So that is it, $2,003.21 for the variable expenses. All right, so for the sinking fund / savings / retirement, still the same thing. I haven't really been contributing to my high yield savings account and my brokerage accounts because I've been trying to just speed up the process for my student loan payments. So for now, the first thing is for my crypto or my Coinbase account. I'm just contributing $10 every month. Again, if you guys want to diversify your investment portfolio, you can sign up using my link for the Coinbase. If you deposit $100, you get additional $10 for free, and I also get that additional $10. For my Roth, I thought I would be able to give $300, but for the end of May, I was only able to put in $200, which is still not bad, and I still do have until the the start of before the tax season ends for next year to complete my $6,000 to fully fund my Roth contributions. And then next is HSA, which is my health savings account. I put in $155.99. That extra 99 cents was to basically just equal the amount that I have in my account. I don't know. I kind of have that tendency to like equal things out, as you guys have seen in the additional principal payments that I have been putting in our mortgage. So that's why those uneven amounts. And luckily, my employer also contributes $75 each month. So besides the $155 that I put, plus the additional $75, so that turns out to be about $230 that I contribute for me to be able to fully fund my HSA account. Next is my TSP or my 401k at work. So it's $700 because I contribute $350 per paycheck. That one is just like an automatic deduction. So, I don't necessarily have to think about this, which is nice because honestly, the net income that I put in my, my budget videos, I technically don't include this. This is like separate. So yeah, it's just nice to put your investments on autopilot, so you don't have to think about it. And then last but not the least, I put in $500 for my checkings. Basically, I'm trying to replenish the amount because from the last month, the end of the month, April, I only started with about $200 in my checkings account. So I have to put in basically $300, but in the end I put in about $500. So all in all, my sinking funds / savings / retirements is about $1,565.99. And last but not the least, we have my debts. So I have some student loans. As you guys know, for the new viewers out there, I do have a 6-figure student loan. I have been paying them off. I started my journey back in December of 2019. And so I am about 90% down, 10% more to go. And I'm definitely excited to finish that off. So unfortunately though, for the month of May, I only paid $3,800. I had a projected $4,400, but unfortunately because of the over budgeting from my variable expenses, I had to cut that out. And so I have only spent $3,800 for my student loans. But luckily enough, guess how much I have left for my student loans? I have, drumroll please, $19,500 left from my student loans. So that really gets it down to 10% left, because I started with $195,033.36 to be exact. So definitely excited for that. And even though May is not necessarily a proud moment for me for my variable expenses, at least I'm still able to contribute $3,800. And then last but not the least, I have $171.58 from my Target Red card. I forgot to pay it off like before the end of April, so it kind of went over to the month of May, but I didn't have to pay any interest rate because technically my minimum balance payment due was like $0, so it's all good, but I was able to pay it off. So total for the debts for the month of May, it's about $3,971.58. Again, technically, I don't have any minimum balance due for my student loans because they're under forbearance. I did not refinance my loans. Luckily, not luckily with regards to what happened during the whole pandemic and all that stuff, which is technically still happening right now. But I did not refinance my student loans, and then COVID happened and then was put under forbearance. So now I'm still paying what I'm able to pay off. So yeah. So total of $3,971.58 for the loans or debts paid for the month of May. Alright, so just a quick comparison between my budgeted and my actual breakdown. It's kind of funny, this is the first time that I've seen that I had exactly 50% of my income went to my debts compared to the projected 59% in my budgeted breakdown. For the fixed expenses is about 5% versus the 4%. Variable expenses, oh gosh, that's where all the other percentage came from. So 25% versus the 17%. And then lastly, savings, still about the same rate. So 20.1% versus the 19.7%, which is essentially about 20%. So yeah, that is it for my overall May budget closeout. If you guys have enjoyed my video, please definitely click the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the notification bells so that you guys will be notified as soon as I upload a new video. And with that said, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!